Recently, students from the International Finance Career High School at the Franklin Educational Campus traded, invested, and negotiated the afternoon away as they participated in a simulation of the global economy. Dressed in many costumes from around the world and having a bit of fun, students from the school gathered at Temple Brith Kodesh for a learning experience that was in essence serious business. This year, the school is participating in the International Economic Summit, a program facilitated by Boise State University. Working with staff from Boise State, International Finance staff worked throughout the fall preparing students for a culminating summit event, the first of its kind for a high school in New York State. Throughout the day of exercises, the students were taught about globalization, international relations, and economics. At the summit, student teams representing the nations of today's world took part in a trading session where they were charged with competing for scarce resources, forming strategic alliances, debating issues of our time, investing in the development of long-term projects, interacting with global economic institutions, and seeking to stabilize and advance the global economy. The process began much earlier in the year as students studied the nuances of a specific country and became acquainted with where they are positioned globally. As part of their preparations, they studied the country's economy, diplomacy, and commodity imports and exports.
We live in a world economy that is different than it's ever been before. We have a generation of kids that are growing up, and we have to make sure that they are prepared to compete in the world. And so, bottom line, we're here training our kids to be able to compete, live, prosper, and work in a world where we have domination by China and other countries.
During the duration of the trading session, international finance students worked the room, bartering and negotiating to meet the specific needs and goals of their country. Students carefully considered what they needed to gain and pined over what they stood to lose.
So one thing about this particular program that I think is excellent for students is that they are able to take on something and research it, make it their own, and actually be able to speak intelligently about something that, even though it's not local in their area, and it broadens their horizon more than their four corners.
This hands-on economic simulation was an exhilarating process for all involved. According to finance students, they gained a wealth of knowledge not only about the country they studied, but also about how the global market operates.
It's a nice experience because many people just know about the U.S., but this is a chance to get familiar with the whole world globally.